Welcome to Peri-Pigs, the podcast where two perimenopausal besties, Veronica Pig and Penelope Pig, survive hot flushes, brain fog and midlife mayhem together, one oink at a time.
So if you've laughed, cried or screamed at absolutely nothing this week, you're in the right sty. Let's oink about it. Hello everybody, welcome to the sty.
And I'm going to say... good morning.
Good morning, Penelope
Because it is in
Pig.
fact the morning today, isn't
yes,
it?
It's very unusual for us because we're usually evening pigs for the pod, but we're in the studio. Well, slightly different look to the studio today because we're in a different room, aren't we?
We've moved into a different room. It's Sunday morning.
Yeah, we've just warmed up with a bit of a dance. That's why we might be a little bit breathy because we just had to get the vibe because usually we record on a Friday and we have our Friday feel vibe. And because this is a Sunday morning, we were like, right, what do we do to...
We need a warm-up, don't
Yeah.
we? A warm-up routine. So our new obsession, it is an obsession because we do get a bit fixated. So our very new obsession is we've switched from karaoke to dancing. And we've got ourselves all involved in the electric slide, haven't we?
Dancing to Candy
Dancing
by
to
Cameo.
Candy by Cameo, and we're just trying to perfect that routine. So that was our warm-up this morning. And
Yeah.
I feel
Fabulous.
invigorated.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to do the electric slide every morning when I get up.
I think so. What
For
a
like
way
2
to start
minutes.
your day. Yeah. And it's once you've got it, and it's really easy.
It is, and then if you step a foot wrong and you lose yourself on it. But yeah, I'm down with it.
Yeah.
I'm down with it. And I think, so one of the things we were talking about literally first thing this morning when we woke up in the same bed, because we've had a weekend of Peri-Pig therapy. It's been a respite weekend.
Oink, oink.
Husband-free weekend we've had, which has been absolutely wonderful. So we woke up this morning and I think we talked about, are we taking the dogs out this morning? And your question to me was, well, do you have the energy? My response was, I never have the energy. So we never start with the energy for anything we discussed, didn't we? And I think it's so true. I have days when I wake up with a desire or an intent to get up and go to the gym, go downstairs and do a home workout, maybe go for a little walk before work, where the husband walks to the bus stop because he gets the bus to work. I'm like, maybe I should just walk up with the bus stop with him, walk back. It'd be a 10-minute walk.
Which is nothing, isn't it, in your day?
It's nothing at all. And it's
but it
actually
becomes
really nice.
impossible.
But you just think, I haven't got it in me.
Yeah.
So you have to create this energy, which is exactly what we've just done through the power of the candy slide this morning. And I fully recommend it to anybody.
Yeah.
With the Penelope's procrastination that we talked about, I think last week, I am very much decided that I'm going to have a procrastination challenge.
Okay, what's the challenge then?
To stop it.
Oh.
And but I know that I'm not going to just have the energy and spring out of bed and go, I'm off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Doesn't happen.
Nope.
I have to force myself to go and do the things, which then creates the energy and it works. I've done that twice with the gym this week. We've just done it with the electric slide. So this is what I intend to do to just make myself do these things where I know I've got the time, because it does just make you feel so much better.
It does, yeah. And it can be a few minutes, can't it? And then that sort of sets you up for the day.
Once you get going, you get going.
Yeah.
Nothing is going to get you going. You're not going to wake up energised and motivated necessarily. You've just got to get yourself going. And then the repetition of doing it, the habit, the feel-good factor will then keep you
I think it's
consistent.
definitely, that's been easier this morning because we've been sat here together and we've had this time together. But it's transitioning that to being on your own in the morning doing that.
When you haven't got someone else necessarily trying to egg you on, for want of a better phrase, that wants to do the same thing as you.
I suppose that's why a lot of people have partners that they go to gym with
buddies,
or go for a walk and stuff like that, because it gives you that accountability. You don't want to let them down, do you? And you don't want to send that message, so I'm not going today. I always used to find when I'd done exercise classes, because I would book the course of 6 classes over 6 weeks, it gave me the accountability because it was the money. I paid for it. I've paid for it. I've got to go.
And you would go with the husband, wouldn't you?
Yes.
And it was a friend of yours, wasn't it, who ran the classes?
Yeah.
So you were kind of doing it in support of her because she was a really good friend, wasn't she?
That's it. And it was the accountability of, not letting people down, really. And that was the only thing that would kind of get me going.
Fascinating. So it's okay to let yourself down and not do the things that you need to do for yourself. We let ourselves down all the time and we don't question letting ourselves down, but we don't let anybody else down.
Yeah.
That's a bit mental when you think about it like
It is,
that.
but isn't that is so universal?
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. With many, many Peri-Pigs out there, I think. That's the way life goes and you forget about yourself. Not only do you lose yourself, you forget about yourself and you forget how important you are.
Yes. We've remembered how important we are this weekend, haven't we?
And we've also, because we've remembered how important we are, and we've had lots of really nice stuff going on, like we've been out and we've done the walk with the dogs and we've had some hot tub and we've had a nice lunch, nice food. But my God, hasn't my gut suffered from it? Because I was a bloated pig last night, and then you felt the bloat a lot
I've
this
woken
morning,
up feeling
haven't
like
you?
it today. Yet again, it's not the first time we've had this conversation.
Yeah, bloat's back.
It is the bloat, and it simply is eating salty, processed food, alcohol. Not extreme amounts of alcohol because we've had our new favourite cocktails, but they're not very strong, which is why we like them. They're a nice long cold drink. They're not very strong. We've not gone crazy, but you just feel bloated and tired and sluggish. I was thinking, whilst I was cleaning my teeth, I was thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner tonight with the husband when I go home. And I was like, well, it's going to have to be something with maybe salad because I don't think of vegetables past our lips. Like the closest thing to a vegetable that's passed our lips since Friday was some guacamole and salsa on our lovely, delicious trough of nachos. Because the following day we didn't eat anything like yesterday we didn't. Oh, we had some raspberries yesterday morning for breakfast and we had a few strawberries this morning. So, okay, we're not horrendous, but main meal-wise...
it's basically been crisps, hasn't it? Let's be honest.
Crisps, sushi, a roll, yeah. The carbohydrates that we were speaking about the carbohydrates last week after I turned to carbohydrates after forgetting my breakfast. And we kind of have done that bit of a carb. So I think we're having a bit of a crash today.
Yeah. Which is why...
Because we craved the bread roll earlier.
Yeah. So maybe we do need to actually get out and move because the dance helped uplift us. Maybe there is something that needs to be done in the physical aspect here to get us going.
Perhaps we should go for a little walk of some variety.
I mean, we're sat here because we're in a different room today, we're sat here with 2 very sleepy pups.
Say, looking at those 2, they don't want to go anywhere.
That's what I mean. I've ended up with 2 very lazy dogs that don't really want to do much because they take on the owner's personality, or you pick a dog with your personality. I was saying me and the husband were at a gardening centre the other day, I think it was last weekend or something, and we'd gone out for breakfast and I was looking at this couple with a dog and the dog was like those, the Dulux paint dogs, like the sheepdog type things
old
with the
English
long
sheepdog.
hair. And they've got that beautiful long grey hair, grey and white sort of colour, aren't they? And then it was sat there so beautifully. And then I was looking at its mummy, the owner, and she had the same hair. She had the same face. She was the human version of this dog.
Love it.
And then I was thinking, if I look like my dogs, I probably look absolutely insane because my 2 are insane. I don't know what that is, what comes first. Do you pick a dog that looks like you or do they morph into... I don't know. But it's a thing.
Yeah, it's a very common thing that people have mentioned. It's not the first time I've heard people say that. Like dogs like their owners. It's actually you pick a dog.
Yeah.
That's maybe you do because I guess dogs are inevitably kind of you pick them for their personalities really because different dogs have got different traits, haven't they? Some people want a really calm dog. Somebody want a dog that's really energetic.
Yeah.
And I guess that's because your personality is one of those things. But that's strange, like it's an aesthetic thing, but bizarre.
Yeah, crazy, isn't it? So on observations then, have you had any Peri-Pig observations
yes, I
this
have.
week?
Thank you for asking. I had 2 observations this week. So I've been to the gym. I've been good. I was like, I'm going to the gym. Go to the bloody gym. And I went and I loved it both times I went.
Excellent.
I think one was last Sunday. I'd woken up early. I was in the gym at something like 7:15 on Sunday morning last weekend because I'd woken up early and thought we might as well go now. And it was wonderful because then I got home and it was like 8:30, 8:45 in the morning, and I'd been and done it and could then enjoy the rest of my day.
Yeah.
Which was wonderful.
Excellent. Well done.
But there's two things. So the first thing that I notice, going back to our clapping thighs, I think, on holiday, when I get to the gym, the first thing I do, fill up my water and I get on the treadmill. I just warm up for like 5 minutes, quite a fast-paced walk on the treadmill.
Right.
And the treadmills are lined up in a row and you're looking in a mirror. Waist up, fine. Waist down. All I can notice is my treadmill thighs. And I'm looking at them, watching them avidly, looking at my thighs in the mirra.
Oh, as you're actually moving
as I'm
on the
treadmilling,
treadmill.
yeah, I can see myself up, full body, and I'm like, why can't I get my thighs to shrink? It's really annoying, and I'm watching them wibbling and wobbling around in my gym leggings, and I just find it so frustrating that they're still so wibbly wobbly. So that's one thing I'm just homing in on, and it's like, fine. So I just need to exercise a bit more. I need to build a bit more muscle in my legs. I need to lose a little bit of fat off my legs and just get on with it.
It's difficult I think we've spoken about this before, like you can't just pinpoint where
you can't
where
spot
it comes
fat
off.
reduce, no.
Yeah.
But just give it, if there's something you're not happy about, just try your best to do something about it to try and rectify it. So I'm watching myself and nobody else is probably looking at me thinking this. I'm just thinking it purely about myself. So that was my first observation, but I was okay with it. My second observation, a bit later on, I think this was when I went to the gym on Friday before I started work, and a lot of the girls in the gym are wearing shorts now. I choose not to. I don't like my legs in shorts in the gym, so I'll always wear my leggings regardless of the weather. And there's girls of all sorts of age ranges, girls, women, ladies. And I was just looking at a few of these ladies in their shorts because they were quite near to me. And actually one thing I noticed, which is it's not a bad thing, but it's even the younger girls, younger, slim, brown legs, they have got cellulite. They've got wobbly bits on their legs.
Does, yeah.
And it's really, I noticed it, but I didn't notice it in like an awful, like, oh God, look at them, they've got cellulite. It was like, yeah, they've got it too. Kind of, it's okay. Everybody in the gym's got cellulite.
Yeah.
And I've never really looked at it before, especially some of the really younger girls.
Yeah.
And it just fascinated me.
So even supermodels have cellulite. It's very normal, isn't it? But I think you get in your own head with it, and when you've seen something on your body you don't like, you often...
You home in on it.
Yeah, and I don't mean you, I mean us as women or men, and it just seems to be the only thing you focus on.
But me, absolutely, it is me. We've talked about this when we've been in the...
You're probably a more extreme version because you're very self-critical.
I am very self-critical, but the thing that we have conquered is that I have started wearing my bikini in your garden.
I know.
For the hot tub.
Excellent.
This started last week, didn't it? Did we come round last week?
Yeah, it was last week.
It was, we came round on Monday.
Yeah.
For a barbecue, didn't we? Me and the husband. We came round for a post-holiday barbecue party to help us with our lingering blues of the post-holiday. And yes, I have decided that I am capable of wearing the bikini in the garden with you and the husbands.
So now we need to, next holiday we go on, we just need to move the bikini on tour. And it needs a proper outing, doesn't it, really?
Okay, so the plan is then, because you've booked your next little trip, haven't you, which is great. You've got one coming up for a birthday. And I think we're talking about doing something, a pigs only therapy weekend, maybe September, October. Right, okay. So if I spend the summer trying to be at one with my pig body and get a bit of colour on it, is that the challenge?
Yeah, absolutely. That is your challenge, and I've got full confidence that you can do this.
Okay. Okay, so I can try. I can but try. And actually the procrastination challenge would work hand in hand with that, because when I stop procrastinating, get off my arse and go to the gym and do those things that I really enjoy doing, the byproduct of that is I will look better in a bikini. Because I don't go to the gym to look good in a bikini. I go to the gym just to feel stronger and feel better, and I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Byproduct is a bit of...
body confidence.
Yes, exactly that.
So I really noticed yesterday where we had all of the bad fit. Yeah, I mean, we had some nachos and crisps and blooming bread roll, and so it really wasn't anything like that wild.
In the extremity, if you put it all out Do you remember there was that programme on the telly?
And they put all the food.
I can't remember what it was called. Yeah, about
you are what you eat, or
that's
something.
That's it.
And they would do a diary, and they'd follow them round and film them, because they were meant to write down what they'd had, and then it was versus what they'd actually had, and then they would open the doors to this room, and all of the food they'd eaten in a week was on the table. Most of the time they'd cry, wouldn't they?
Because it would be like absolute horrific
gluttony.
Amounts of cakes and crisps and chips and donuts and bottles of wine and all of that, and it would be absolutely eye-opening to this. This is why you're overweight or you're fat. Yeah, because that's what you've eaten in your body. Look at it. Yeah, and that's exactly what we've all. Anyone and most people have struggled with weight in their life, haven't they? Like, you're very lucky if you are naturally. There are a few people that just naturally don't, but that doesn't mean that they're healthy just because particularly this time of life, you like I say, you can't get away with what you used to. So if we'd eaten and drunk what we had this weekend, for example, in our 20s, 10 years ago or whatever, we wouldn't have been feeling like this. I mean, last night my belly was so swollen, and then I had to have my peppermint capsule before bed. So yeah, it is different, isn't it? And the body just deals with sugars and carbs. It's that inflammation we talk about. Your body gets more sort of inflamed, doesn't it? You're forced to become sensible, and fun becomes more difficult because you don't want to feel bloated or sick or have the really bad night's sleep. For me, if I'm going to be drinking alcohol, I have to get the balance right. So I have to have just enough to make sure that I sleep well, but not too much that I then have the weird night's sleep and the sweating and all of that. With that, I think we did that right this weekend because we've both slept quite well. Yes, we did wake up really early on Saturday, but we were okay with that because then it meant that we could get up and get the dogs out early before it got warm. And then by the time we'd done everything, we started our relaxing at midday, really, didn't we? But I think we got the balance right. I've slept really well this weekend, probably because I was asleep in a bed with you and I was just so at one with my life. But I haven't had the drink sweats. I haven't had a hangover or felt rubbish. Have you? No, just like a bit, I suppose a little bit out of sync, a little bit. You were a little bit all over the place on Saturday, weren't you, when we were driving the car? Yes. I say we were driving the car, I wasn't driving the car. You were driving the car and I was somewhat feeling responsible for our safety. Yeah, so I was a little bit manic and stuff. Can't remember why I said that was. Why did I say I was feeling like, we analysed it at the time. Did you not have the right glasses on? Aha, yes. So I had my eye test this week and I knew, like you go in there and they say, so what's brought you here? And I was like, well, it's been 2 years since my last eye test. I get a free eye test with work. So I'm here. And then he's like, have you noticed any changes? And I was like, well, driving at night in particular is really, really bad for me because I can't see anything. And then the other thing is I have to have my glasses on all the time. And so you went to the opticians, you basically couldn't see anything. Oh, wow. Live brain fog. I went to the optician. Yeah, he said about, driving at night. And I can't see anything close up like food packets in the kitchen. I've got my magnifying glasses, that I pull out of the drawer. So with my glasses on, and I still have to get the magnifying glass to read anything. It's pitiful. And I have to have them on all the time. I hate it. It upsets me. Yeah. Then, yes, my eyesight had changed and I needed new glasses. So I've got these, 2 new pairs of glasses, both varifocals as well. So I have to have that. And then I had to go and pick the frames. And then I got myself in a right old mess in there because it was closing. The shop was closing soon. And I was very conscious that I didn't want to, keep anyone there. And they kept reassuring me. They were like, no, it's fine like that. And I was, I kept looking at the clock and I was thinking, right, I've got 10 minutes. Now I've only got 5 minutes. And then they'll need to do all of the paperwork for it. So I was rushing. And then they kept handing me all of these glasses. And so I got so confused with it. And the ones I really liked, I picked up these Austin Power ones, like really big statement, thick framed glasses, which I really liked. And then you go through that whole thing of, can I get away with it? I don't really know what my style is or what and I'd even said to the girl in there, I was like, what's the current, what's the on-trend stuff with glasses? Because, there was a bit of a phase of the clear rims, the round, wire ones or the and all of that. Shape. Yeah. And so in the end, I ended up picking something that I didn't have
in mind at all when I went in there, because I came sort of full circle and I was like, I'm just going to wear what I like, because I should be able to do that at this time in my life where I don't have to follow a trend, right? I'm just going to go with what I like.
You know, when you get those, I always think of them are called Linda. You get Lindas, right, that are in their 50s or whatever. And they're always the ones where that's where they've done. And they always say, I'm a bit crazy, me. And they make this statement that they are really crazy. And often these Lindas, they're the ladies that have braved, like, cutting all their hair short in a fashionable short hairstyle because their hair's so thin now. And then they'll dye it like bright pink or bright red. And they'll wear those big glasses and great big earrings.
Yes.
And they'll just be a bit mad. And you know they're going to be the lush when you go to a party.
Yes.
They're the ones that are up dancing first. They'll get pissed on like 2 glasses of wine, but they live their best life.
So you've just described us then, because this is what's happening, isn't it?
Yes, so we are becoming, and this is exactly what I'm looking at you across the room thinking, I'm envisaging you with a short hair and your big pink glasses and your earrings that you've been wearing since practically birth.
Yes, I've always favoured a big earring. I like a big statement earring. Now I have gone for bright pink rimmed glasses as one of the pairs.
You're becoming a Linda.
So now I just need to go with the pink hair. I feel like I want to be an Auntie Linda. Auntie Linda at the
you
party.
Are officially we're going to become the VLP, which is Veronica Linda Pig. Yeah. Like, I feel this is where we're going.
I like it.
And with the electric slide that we've been trying to rehearse, and there's a whole backstory to this, but we won't go into why we decided we wanted to learn it. And when we were watching some video footage on YouTube last night, and we were saying that a lot of the women that are dancing on these videos that are really putting some soul into it, that are more mature, bit voluptuous, have no fucks left to give, as you put it.
Yeah.
And they're just having the great time.
Yeah.
Because they're not worried about, I can't go up and do that because I might look a little bit silly. They're like, I'll show you all how it's done.
Exactly.
Bring it on.
Yeah. And I feel like when we've been out, and if we've ended up somewhere, we tend to go to events that older people are at rather than the younger sort of nightclubby things. We go to actual events, don't we?
The ones in their 20s don't want us around.
But if you remember when we went out for your birthday and we ended up in like a young bar in town, and we were clearly the oldest people in there because they were all like sort of student-y age, and we decided we were just going to show them how it was done because they didn't really appear to be having much fun.
In Pop World?
That's the one. Yes.
With the pop music
yes.
for the youngers, that we decided we wanted to go, and I was having I'm 45 but I don't care moment.
Yeah.
And we were still going feral at like 1 a.m, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was disappointed.
I was disappointed in them because all the kids in there,
the youngsters,
the fully grown adults, like in their 20s. But yeah, we're going to take that. We're going to play that card. All the kids in there, they didn't know what they were doing.
No,
they don't party like we partied in our generation of going out, because we grew up in the Ladette era. So we were in the, the Sarah Cox type era, the smoking, the drinking, the alcopops.
Yeah.
Ladette culture was us in our 20s. So
yes, it was.
We'd done it very differently, to a disgusting level, really.
And there was no evidence.
No.
Now.
Or very little
there was very little.
It'd be a disposable camera.
Be a photo so a photo would get printed and shared between those of you, and then you could rip that photo up and throw it away if you didn't like it, never to be seen again. Whereas now, it's on social media while it's happening now. Like, not only do you get to you can't veto and vet your stuff to go on social media, you don't even realise it's already on there. And it is, and I can't bear that, and we've talked about that before. So yeah, I think people are less likely to make themselves look silly, because apparently you get air quote cancelled if you do like silly things on social media, especially if you're trying to be a, what's the word? Influencer, thank you.
Yeah.
One bad move, I was being told by my 18-year-old nail technician. One bad move, and that's it, you're cancelled.
Oh gosh, we've probably said loads of things that are offensive or cancelable.
Cancelable, but we're not trying to be social media influencers.
No, we're just pigs.
We're just
navigating how the hell we do this.
The world.
Yeah, and so we've gone through that era. Things have changed very quickly. For anyone in the Peri-Pig era, we've kind of seen a lot of changes, haven't we, with like technology, like that as a prime example, you know, like not having the evidence of the stuff we got up to in our younger years being plastered all over social media, like the bullying and stuff that goes on online for young people now. You
Horrendous.
know, stuff like you'd have a fight at school, whereas now people would have a fight at school and it would be videoed and plastered everywhere and never forgotten. It's leveled up, hasn't it, in like what young people have to deal with. And perhaps that is why they're a little bit more reserved when they're out, because they have that accountability that if they do anything wrong, someone's going to be there filming it or taking a photograph of it and then plastering you everywhere. So not only are we navigating this new world, but we're also internally changing by being Peri-Pigs as well. God, we've got a lot. That's a lot to deal with.
It's a lot
we're
going
exhausted all the time.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
That's why, because you're constantly having to just think about all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's absolutely bonkers. And on like that thinking about stuff, because it's just so much thinking about. So again, we were talking earlier about eating and meals and like, you know, I need to finish my Tesco shop that's being delivered tomorrow. What do I want to put on there? I can't think straight and go, right, I'm going to make this meal on Monday, this meal on Tuesday, this meal on Thursday, right, blah, blah, get those things on the shop. I just can't get my brain in that kind of gear anymore. And those are the things that are a struggle that we've always had to think about. The Hogsbans don't have to think about things quite to that degree because we've always taken that lead role with this stuff. And now that I've got this new job that I'm in, which is much more highly demanding of my time because I'm having to travel more, I can't just be offline. You know, there's things I have to get done. It's a very different kind of working environment for me now. And that I'm fine with that. And the husband's like, okay, I need him to step up a bit and take a bit more share of lifing.
Okay, yeah.
With initiative.
Oh,
with initiative.
They don't have that.
Not, please, could you do these 3 things for me? I just want those things to be thought about and done without me having to think about them or maybe instruct or suggest them.
Mm-hmm. I get that completely, yeah.
Because it doesn't happen.
If you know, you know.
It doesn't come easily. Yeah. Doesn't come easily, does it?
No.
And I think that people maybe don't realise how much we have to think about. It's not just I've got to do the Tesco online shop. It's I've got to remember all the things that we need. And somehow we've got to get our crystal balls out and know the things that the Hogsbans may need that they've run out of. Their deodorant, their, I don't know, Marmite or peanut, but the things that they eat that we don't eat. So we don't know when it needs to be replenished because we're not using it. Suddenly it'll run out and they've got this little blank expression on their face where they're looking into their empty Marmite jar or trying to spray their armpits with an empty can. And it's like, it's all gone, all gone. Yeah, well, it does. And I don't know that you need it if you don't tell me.
Yeah.
Does your Hogsman, do you have any kind of, does he have access to the online shop that he could go in and add something himself?
No, I didn't know this was a possibility.
Well, no, that's what, you know, like if you've got, like, I've got the app on my phone.
Yeah.
But the app's also on, like, the iPad, the communal iPad.
Oh, so you can go, like,
so
both
there's at
log
any
on.
point of time, they could go in and think,
Oh,
my,
right.
you know,
yeah,
my deodorant's run out. Let me pop on and add that to the shopping.
Oh, right. I didn't know you could, yeah.
Should we teach them
Good idea.
this? Good idea, but then what the hell else would end up on that shopping?
Yeah.
Can you even imagine?
Yeah, you'd end up with like weird double ups of stuff.
You'd end up with double up. Suddenly you'd be like, hang on a second, why has the shopping gone up from like 85 quid to 173 and there's all this chocolate on?
Yeah, exactly. I'm terrible for adding that's probably me though, is the choc fiend. I have to have me chocolate on there.
You do
Gotta
like
be
your
done.
choc, don't you?
So have you had any other symptoms of the week this week?
I went to Aldi on Friday lunchtime to get all of the things that we needed, the essentials, the Friday night essentials that I needed to get, that I'd committed to purchasing. And I was really impressed that I managed to get round Aldi and remember everything on that list. And before I went to the checkout, I checked my list and really happily and smugly ticked everything off. And I was like, I've got it all in my trolley.
And I haven't had to go back.
And I haven't had to go back. And I haven't got home and gone, oh, for God's sake.
Yeah.
I've like a key ingredient that I'd forgotten because that's what happens. And then it ruins everything. So that was quite good. The brain fog, the forgetting words is still so prominent. really bad, and that is bothering me at the moment quite badly. But I've got my doctor's appointment, not this week, next week, to go and have a chat with him about that.
What do you want to happen on that appointment with the doctor? So is it to shift your HRT
Possibly
stuff,
get a
or
recommendation about shifting my HRT.
do you feel the doctor listens to, do you see the same person when you go? If it's perhaps a female that has been through it or going through it, maybe they're going to understand better. But then I've heard other people say that they've had a better response from male doctors.
Because they're looking at it more medically, because they're not trying to compare you with what they felt.
Yeah.
I think there's two sides to that for sure. So I'm not against seeing a male doctor to talk about HRT. I'm hoping that they would have some knowledge. It's trying to find the doctor that's got the most knowledge on modern hormone issues and stuff, isn't it? So that they really get it. What I do when I go to the doctor, one, your doctors move and change a lot, don't they, these days? I know the doctors I don't want to see.
Right.
And so when I book my doctor's appointment online on the NHS app, I can go, right, do you want a doctor? What surgery? And it will give you the choice of the 2 surgeries that they run from. And you can actually choose the doctors.
Oh, right. Okay. That's good.
So you can tick one, you can tick multiple. So I will exclude the doctors. There are a couple that I sadly, I will not go and see because I felt really dismissed by them. I've had one that's basically told me, just get on with it.
Wow.
Go on YouTube and listen to this person that talks about some stuff. Thanks very much, I can do that myself.
Wow.
So I've come away feeling very, people say to you should always go to your doctor, never feel like you can't go to a doctor, never feel like you're wasting their time. I felt like I was wasting their time. I felt like just an inconvenience, and I came out feeling a bit bloody stupid, to be honest. So I'm seeing someone I haven't seen before. I'm hoping that I can have a nice conversation with them.
That is so disgusting, and I bet you anything
I'm not the only
plenty
person,
of people that have had that experience. Well, they say there is a massive
knowledge gap
with female health and stuff with doctors and pain. Lots of women have conditions that give pain, and you're always told to go and deal with it, basically, and take painkillers.
Lose a bit of weight or take some painkillers. It's
always that, isn't it? Goes back to weight or just it's your age. And even when I was getting my eyes tested, and I know this is obviously true, he was like, it's age. He was like, in your 40s, this is very typical that, this happens and deterioration. So, but, when you're sat there in front of a doctor, particularly if you've gone there because you have gone to that dark place that you can't get yourself back out of. And so you've gone there as your last resort to go, I've tried everything. I'm not dealing with this very well. This isn't me. I want my old self back. I want some control back. I'm in a very, very dark and scary place right now. Help me. To be poo-pooed and then just sent off with a YouTube video to go and look at. It's not good enough.
No, it's not acceptable.
It's literally, it's dangerous, isn't it? Because God knows what can happen.
What state people are in.
Yes.
I'm not in a state at the moment by any stretch of the imagination about what I'm trying to deal with, but I'm struggling with it because it is impacting probably my job more than anything else. I feel like it's impacting my job, and right now I do not want to be having my job impacted by my lack of ability to articulate a sentence. I used to be really, really good at I'm very comfortable and confident with going and doing a presentation. As long as I know the subject matter, I'll have my slides. That people always have slides, and they're your key points that you want to remember to talk about, but I can then very freely articulate myself. No, can't do that at the moment. Literally can't get the words out. Can't remember what things are called. Normally, if I hear somebody talk about if it's a presentation I've not done before and you presented it maybe once, if not twice in front of me, that's it. That's all I need. I'll go and do it next week. No, I'm still going, no, I'm not going to be able to say all that. It's just, I know it. It's there. I can't get it out properly. And last night, which we found funny, was when we had doing a bit of our karaoke. I couldn't read the words.
Yeah.
And I made a joke almost about having dyslexia. And I know that you that's what you struggle with.
Yeah.
And you were like, that's exactly how I feel all the time.
Yeah.
Every time I read that's why I need to do a song that I know the words.
Yeah.
Reading
it is,
reading it's hard. And it's horrible. And then because you do that, I guess I have to read things 2 or 3 times to get them to make sense in my head now.
I've noticed this week you've had so much self-doubt because of that, because of it's led you to then be really, really hard on yourself. So I hope the doctor can get it sorted. So it might just be a shift in trying something different on your levels.
It's going to either be a different shift of how much I'm using, or the only other supplement. So I've got the estrogen. I've got my progesterone by way of my Mirena coil, and that can't really be changed. I don't want to change that because I'm not even going to start going into the thought of someone trying to take that thing out. I remember having it put in. Oh, the estrogen, less estrogen, more estrogen, don't know. The only other thing is that they will sometimes put you on, depending, is testosterone. Now, that's something I'm really, really intrigued about of your testosterone, because I think women you can have a very small amount of it. It's very controlled. It can help with things like your libido, because my libido got off and went, on a sabbatical some time ago. Literally no idea when she's planning on coming back. And then just things like your strength, physical strength, your cognitive ability. So I would love to try that, but they don't give that out very loosely. So it's just really interesting, but I will be frustrated if I come out of that doctor's and they just don't give me, and I don't mean physically give me anything, give me anything, whether it's physical, medicinal, or a suggestion. I don't know what I want, but I need something, because I'm like, this is getting really bad now. It's gone on. You get symptoms that will come and haunt you for a week or so, and then they'll go again, and you'll go, okay, that was just a moment thing. I'm okay with it, but this has gone on a bit long now.
Do you, like, when you go into the doctors, I've had this forever. So this is even before being a peri-pig. As soon as I go into the doctors, say I've gone in for like an ear infection or something, and the second I sit down, and the first question the doctor was, they'll be like, okay, so how are you? What are you here for today? And I burst into tears every time.
Regardless.
And I think, and I've spoken to other people where this happens. And I think as women, because you are looking after everybody else most of the time and not putting yourself first, when you're sat in a room with like this stranger, one-to-one, and someone they're not asking it to be polite, they're asking it because they need to ask you it, because to find out while you're sat in front of them.
Of course.
So it's genuine, it's a genuine, how are you? What brings it? And you have to then start talking about yourself. And my mum does the same. She bursts into tears as well whenever she goes to the doctors, because also sometimes it's very difficult to put yourself first. Like, you're going there because you need it to be about you and how you're feeling. So it's so important to have that good doctor. And if you've been turned away before by them, I suppose the advice would be, don't give up. You need to book and go with a different doctor then, basically, if they're not listening to you, because you deserve to be listened to.
I had a brilliant GP. When I very first went to the doctors in earnest to kind of have that conversation about the HRT. Me being me, as you know, I'm a self-helper. I realise there's something wrong. How can I help myself? I don't want to feel like this. I don't want to impact everybody else. There was some really good stuff coming out, like in the media, about menopause and things at that time. So I had an opportunity to read some really good stuff that really made me go, yeah, this is what this is here. This is what I haven't got dementia. I haven't got this. This is clearly what this is all about. So I'd educated myself and was confidently able to go to the doctor and just say, look, all of this stuff's wrong. I reckon it's this. Please, can I have some HRT? And I had a really good doctor that was like, yeah, do you know, I agree with you. Let's give it a try. If it's not your hormones, then we'll have a look. But there's no harm giving you this to try. If we think that's what it could be, let's try it. And that was really nice. And I went back and saw her again. Great. And then she bloody retired. So then it's like, I'd have been loving it if I was still seeing that same GP now that you could go back to. But that happens a lot. They retire or they move around surgeries. They're locums. It's not as easy as it once was to always be going and seeing your own GP.
Yeah.
So I'll be really interested to see if and what they say next. I'm sure you'll all be the first to find out. I'm sure it'll be a topic of conversation.
Yeah, no, we need the update. I think we're all invested now in what happens with that. Do let us know, and hopefully it'll just help with everything.
What's your symptoms been this week?
Well, I went through rage, didn't I? Then I've been through... It's very difficult for me to remember back because I'm just very much living in the moment at the moment.
You're in the moment. You can probably remember yesterday at a push.
And that's about it, isn't it? I've had such a lovely weekend with my bestie, wallowing in the hot tub, sunshine, music, dancing, karaoke... So I'm just going to hold that space at the moment.
You need to, don't you? And just go, that's been a really nice weekend. I've had a great time.
Yeah. I feel like, Ariana Grande and Cynthia and Revo?
Yes.
From Wicked. Whenever they do those interviews and then they both start crying and getting emotional, right? I feel like that's been me and you this weekend because we've just been like, I love you so much. I love you so much. I'm just having the best time. I know,
and we do say that.
We've
got
turned into
video
them a
evidence to
bit
prove
where
this
it's like
as
you get
well.
obsessed with each other. Like they're obsessed with each other, aren't they? In all of
Well,
those
we've talked about how we
interviews.
are obsessed with each other, haven't we? We've talked about how we love each other more and more every day, and that love has increased as we've got to this point that we're going through. We are each other's utter support system.
Yeah.
We love our husbands. We're very lucky with our husbands.
We
know
did
that we've
say
got-
that. We
they're
did
good
give them
eggs,
some
the
credit
pair
in one of
them.
our conversations.
We did,
this-
which doesn't
this
happen often,
weekend.
so I'm happy to share
say
that.
they are good. They are good hogs. You know, they are, like we do.
They try their best to understand.
Yeah, and I think that, well, and this is where we were going with this, wasn't it? Because this was a conversation we had this week, in that men in general just don't quite understand why we are the way we are, and the way we perceive ourselves and put ourselves down a lot and things. And we find that whilst we say it a lot on this pod, you know, I'm disgusting, fat, greasy pig. Yes, genuine, absolutely feel like that. But it's not like that's just my life, and it's quite like we find it quite funny.
Which is why we do this podcast.
Yeah,
as we try to
because
we're making fun of ourselves. We're not making fun of people. We're making fun of the situation.
Yeah,
we know so many people.
Because we do know it's a bit ridiculous.
Got to make light of it.
Yeah, and we know we're not like, you know, we know we're not that bad. But you just have moments. You have moments where you do feel like
you are the ugliest,
yes,
greasiest,
disgusting,
fattest, most disgusting person in the world.
And that's just our lives. I'm sure I know other people feel like this as well. And then you just move on because you quickly have to, don't you? You know, you look in we talked ages ago about when you walk into a changing room in a shop and you walk in there and you're feeling quite good, and then you see yourself in those awful mirrors and you look, you know, you've shrunk 2 inches at the top and then got 2 inches wider, because they just sometimes have these awful mirrors, and you look awful in the clothes you picked up, and then you walk out and you've morphed into the pig, and you come out with your curly tail and your snout
put the clothes on, you know, you put your
feeling
clothes on,
embarrassed
the
and ashamed.
The rejection when you give them to the person. Hi, are they any good? No.
Yeah.
And then you storm out the shop.
That's it.
Because you're just like, no, I need to go home now. I don't want to do this anymore.
I know every woman has felt like that. And then there'll be another day and you go and you have a really successful shop and everything looks great on you and you're feeling good. So
that
just goes...
successful shop always happens when you're on a budget and you can only afford to spend like £30.
Yes.
And then you're like, now I don't know what to choose.
Yeah.
The days that it's all disgusting and rotten is when you're like, do you know what? I've got a spare £100 to treat myself. You can't find anything.
No.
So you spend that £100 on alcohol and like food.
And chocolate or biscuits, so that you can make yourself feel better. And that's just the cycle we're in. And that's why we find the humour in it. So, but I think sometimes people that don't feel like that, they just don't understand it. But hopefully you guys can all laugh along with us on this one, because you're all pigs.
You're all pigs. You might not be piggy today. You were possibly a pig in the last 7 days, and you're going to be a pig in the next 7 days. But then you're also going to be your normal selves, and you're going to feel fabulous and have some successes like we always do.
And we love you being pigs.
That's it.
Join the sty. That's what we're here for.
It's
Let's
all
come
absolutely
together.
perfectly acceptable that one day you're a pig and one day you're not.
Exactly.
We're not here to judge.
No. We just want other pigs to hang out with, essentially.
Yeah, love yourselves, love each other, and find yourself a Veronica, because, like, oh my God.
Yeah, life's just so much fun. I love you. On that note, I feel like we need to do another dance.
I think
let's
we
rear
should.
ourselves up for the day, have a pig dance.
We've got to perform the pig dance for your husband.
Yes. I think, though, we need to develop our own dance, the
Our
pig
own
dance.
version of the electric slide.
And then we need to get it out there. Maybe we could make it go viral somehow. We can develop a dance.
The Peri-Pig slide.
And then when you find other Peri-Pigs out there and you are out being feral, we can all do like the line dance thing together.
Okay.
And do like a flash mob of Peri-Pigs just doing the dance.
Yeah, at the
We've
moment
got to get
that
some
flash mob
oinking
is
in
just
there.
us two, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, we've got Felicity. Felicity would join in.
Oh, yes,
Felicity Pig.
definitely.
Need to get her on the pod soon, Felicity Pig.
Yes. So let's do it. Let's start developing the pig slide.
I'm down with that. I'm down with it.
All right then, guys. Thanks for joining us for another week. Keep yourself oinky and as piggy as possible, please, this week, everybody. That's your challenge.
See you all soon.
See you soon. Thanks for hanging out in the Peri-Pigs sty with us.
If you had a good time, give us a follow or hit subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. And if you know someone who'd enjoy this too, share it around and spread the Peri-Pig love.
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok.
Come and say hi and drop us a comment to let us know how you are.